Hello. So this evening we're going to be making cinnamon buns and we're going to be adding some bananas to them because I have some overripe bananas that need to be used. And we're going to start by adding some yeast to 200 milliliters of milk. In this case I'm using soy drink. It's an unsweetened version, but you can use normal milk. I'm just lactose intolerant, so. Then we use 7 grams or a teaspoon of dried yeast, and you mix it up and then you're going to put it in somewhere warm. So in my case I use the airing cupboard, and you leave it for about half an hour and you should see the yeast go very frothy, and that shows that it has been activated and will help your dough rise when it comes to making the buns. You can also add a little bit of sugar at this stage, but there is plenty of sugar actually in the milk itself, so you don't actually need to do that, but that is an option if you do choose to go down that route. So from this point we've got our yeast that has been, I've warmed it up. It's not very warm, but it's given it a little bit of a touch in the airing cupboard. It's just quite late, so I don't want to leave it in there for too long. And now we're going to start making the dough. So what we need for that is 500 grams of strong white bread flour. Just pour it in here. We're going to add 50 grams of caster sugar. If you have golden caster sugar, then that would work better or be a bit nicer, but I don't, and it doesn't make that much of a difference. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're going to add the milk and yeast, followed by 2 eggs. So we're now going to turn the mixer on. Oh, turn it on at the wall, that would be helpful. And we're going to let this beat until it forms a bit of a dough. I'm going to pull down the sides. So even though it doesn't look like much of a dough, we're going to start kneading it at this point. So what we're going to need for that is a clean floured surface, which I will prepare just now. From here we've got the floured surface, and this is just plain flour, and we're going to tip out the very flaky dough that we've got, and then we're going to start kneading it while adding in the butter. So once you've got like an actual dough, I had to add a little bit more milk to mine because it was unusually dry. Then you have to add the butter. And you can do this by adding it in the mixer, which is going to be faster, or you can do it by adding a teaspoon at a time. And this is 100 grams of butter, and this process takes quite a long time. So, but it is quite worthwhile in the end. So this is just my preferred method, but of course you can do it in the standalone mixer if that is what you would prefer. once you've got to this stage where your dough is quite nice and smooth and springy, it's quite elastic in that it pops back when you touch it, then you need to flatten it into a 20 by 20 square, wrap it in cling film and put it in the fridge. You can either put it in the freezer for half an hour or put it in the fridge for at least an hour. I'm going to put it in the fridge as that's what I always do. Once you've got your parcel, it goes in the fridge. So once you've had your dough in the fridge or freezer, it is time to begin rolling it out. So what we're going to do is lay it on a floured surface and then we'll roll it out into about a 35 by 25 centimetre rectangle. You can see the air bubbles in it, so the yeast has been doing its job, which is very good news. So this will do for now. And what we're going to do from here is get the cinnamon, sugar and butter mixture. So I used 150 grams of light brown sugar and I used 125 grams of butter with 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And what we're going to do is spread that over the surface. So once the ingredients were all combined in the bowl, they were just whizzed up into this sort of cream. And from here, it's literally just going to spread it over the surface of the dough. And that should be more than enough for what we have made. I probably could have rolled out the batter a little bit more than I have done, but it's fine, it'll do, and it should make for some really nice plump cinnamon rolls, which is what you want at the end of the day, and we shall see how they turn out. But also, whilst this would normally be the end of the filling, because I had some very ripe bananas, I have mashed those up and I'm going to add those to this as well. And I've never done this before, never added banana to a cinnamon roll, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. So you'll be just as surprised as I am when we see the results. Hopefully it works well, but we shall see. I'm going to put the banana nearer to the middle of the dough, just because when you fold it up, I don't want it to spill out everywhere. I will do also want it to cover from left to right, just so that when it is rolled up, that all the cinnamon rolls do get some banana in them. So from here, all we're going to do is fold the lower third up and over, and then we're going to fold the top portion up and over. Now, just because it makes the dough a lot nicer and it makes it cook much better, we're going to put this back in the fridge for another half an hour, or for at least half an hour. But it is getting very late, it's almost 11 PM and I've got work in the morning, so we're just going to do the half an hour. I'm not going to worry about that, it's going to come out, but we can fix it afterwards, so it's fine. Make sure to tuck up the edges of this bit, because it does tend to, last times I've done it, it's gotten quite liquidy, and kind of filled out into the cling film, so just be very aware of that. If it makes a mess in your fridge, it's going to be fun to clean, so just be very careful. And then you just put this back in the fridge. So it has now been half an hour since these went in the fridge. They haven't actually gone as liquidy as I first thought they would, which is really good, to be honest. And I think that's because I think last time I left them for a lot longer because I started a lot earlier in the day. But these are going to be perfectly fine. Just got to get it off the cling film. Okay, so now we're going to roll it out, and we want to have it roughly this length, but we're going to make it a lot wider. And the filling is going to come out, but that's fine, it always does. I'm sure there are people that are more competent at doing this than me, which he won't have a problem with it, but I'm not one of those people. And it's going to get very messy very fast, but they generally work out quite delicious, so it's fine and it's very worth it. Yep. Okay, that is going to do is horrendous. A lot worse than I had anticipated it was going to be. But it's fine. It's 11:30 at night. I've got to get up in about 5 hours, and this will be fine. So what we're going to do with all this stuff that has come out is we're going to put it in the middle. Okay, so now that we've got this done, we're going to roll it up. Okay, so now that we've got it in a roll, ideally you would put it in the freezer for about half an hour to make it a lot more solid so that it was easier to slice up. But I don't have time for that today. So what we're going to do is just cut it and hope for the best. So what we're going to do is put them in this dish. It has been lined with butter or greased with butter, and we'll see how this goes. This is a very sharp knife, which should make it a lot easier, but we shall see. So now that these are done, they're going to go in the fridge overnight, and then I'll bake them in the morning. And they'll hopefully be nice for my colleagues. If not, it'll be very embarrassing for me. So we shall see how they work out in the morning. And I'm going to go to bed. So after 20 minutes in the oven, this is what they look like. I won't sit on that.